Hello, my friends. I'm using an old phone of mine because my newer phone with a better quality camera, my storage is full. Oh, so I need to go through that. So hopefully the quality of this video is not going to be too shitty. Muppet, get out of the fridge. Also, why did I leave this door open? So, right now, I haven't gone to the gym in 3 days. So I'm going to make... see, I can't even think today. I haven't been to the gym in 3 days, so it's gonna be my first day back. I also had a very long weekend, very fun, exciting weekend, but I definitely didn't sleep enough, and we'll see how my leg day goes today. But as my pre-workout, I'm just gonna make like a turkey sandwich. And excuse my look, my hair is crazy. Everything is just, whatever. This is me right now. Everything's a mess. I got a bunch of laundry to put away. Oh, Muppet, come here. Wait, I got to see Muppet, come here. Come here. Don't pretend like you don't love me. Come here. Come here. Oh, sure, I think she's getting in trouble. Come here. I'm gonna make my little sandwich, and then we're gonna, oh, I love her so much. Oh, thank you. And then we're gonna walk her, even though it's 1,000,000 degrees outside, and you're not gonna like it, but you have to go pee-pee. You do. You do. Yes, yes, yes. So, I'm gonna walk her, and then, let's head to the gym and see how it's gonna go today. Let's make the sandwich. I'm making the sandwich. I'm making the sandwich. This bread is so small. I got the wrong size bread. How did I do that? I don't know. But look at these tiny little pieces. I want them like double the size. It's okay. I need to breathe. I'm gonna put some avocado on there. Fun stuff. This weekend was so much fun though, even though I'm very tired because of the lack of sleep I got. It was a really good weekend with some of my best friends. One of my best friend's brothers got married, and it was a Lebanese Indian wedding. I don't think I'll ever go to a wedding that cool ever again. I mean, it was so extravagant. Everything was amazing though. I mean, all their family members were great. Music was awesome. Just really good energy. And it was really good to do something during the weekend for once and not just focusing on work and other stuff. And this thing is not filled up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some... Nobody needs to hear me singing. And sometimes I forget that I'm recording myself. You guys do not need to hear me sing about everything that I do. Good. Where was that? Oh yeah, the wedding talk. It was just nice to have a girls' weekend, I guess. But I am excited to kind of get back into my routine because let me tell you, I ate like dog shit this weekend, like complete dog shit. I shouldn't say that actually, that's kind of rude because the food was absolutely amazing, but what I mean by dog shit is just I did not eat a balanced meal, I guess. But it's sometimes you have to do that. I'm not the type of person to bring my own food to the wedding. I will never become that person. But the food, like I said, it was really, really good. But I just, I might have eaten a little bit too much because it was buffet style, and for me, buffet style is dangerous. I go back for seconds, sometimes thirds, But it's like, if you have the access to all that food, why would you not take advantage, right? But it does feel good to get back to this now, and I'm excited to get back into my routine. I don't have lettuce, but I actually got the salad yesterday on my way home, so I'm gonna pick out some pieces. This is where we're at, you guys. This is where we're at, but just sharing everything, because sometimes my life is this chaotic. Where was I at? Lettuce. I was gonna add cucumbers, but I think I'm gonna skip that today. I'll just add this lettuce and then call it a day for my little pre-workout. If you guys are curious, this morning I just had a protein shake with vegan chocolate protein with strawberries, bananas, and creatine. And then I had 1 egg And that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna eat this. And I think for lunch we'll see. I might do turkey. Well, I do turkey. Wow. Turkey, shrimp, or chicken. Oh wait, I forgot. A little bit of mustard on there. Why not? Today is a day. Just a little bit. You can't have any muffin, I'm sorry. Yum, yum, yum. I mean, it's just a plain old turkey sandwich, nothing special, but oh shit. Should hold me over. Gotta walk Muppet now. Come here. Oh. Yes, yes, I know. Oh, thank you, boo-boo. It's gonna be hot out. But I'll carry you if your papas get hot, okay? We won't let these papas burn. No, we won't. No. You ready? Yeah? Gesundheit. Watch her tap my foot. Yep, this is what she does before we go outside. See if she does it again. Muppy, you want to tap my foot? Wow. Okay. Off we go. There she goes. You actually gonna go, or you're just gonna lay down? Let me guess. You're gonna lay down. Yep. You want to just sunbathe? Muppet. Yeah, she does this when it's warm outside. She just likes to kind of lay on the ground. I don't know why, but yep, that's our walk. All right, Muppet, let's go. Come on. Come on. I swear she's okay, guys. She does this all the time. See? She just likes to sunbathe and then we go back home. Gotta wash your papas. Right, come here. No, you're not even supposed to be on the rug right now. No, we gotta wash your paws first. You gotta wash your paws first. Oh my God, she always acts like we've never done this before. This is so routine. There we go. I'm good? No, come here. All right, she's just gonna go into psycho mode now. Here she goes. You're free. Do your thing. What are you, shy now? Normally she runs around like she's a crazy doggy. A crazy doggy, huh? Okay. Yep. Here she goes. Oh, I think she's afraid of the tripod now. Oh, Moo-Poo, I'm sorry. Okay, let's get ready and go to the gym. Sorry, Muppet. Oh, she's so cute when she's scared. Here, look it, it's gone. No more tripod. No more tripod. Okay. Okay, we had a little outfit change. Fixed my hair a little bit to make it look a little neater. Dude, I'm obsessed with Muppet right now. I hadn't seen her in 3 days and I just all I want to do is pick her up. Okay, now. I'm still hungry, so I'm gonna just have a little bit of faya yogurt, like Greek yogurt, a cinnamon rice cake, and some strawberries. And that's gonna be my last pre-workout, and we are taking that on the road. And I'm gonna tell you guys another fun little story with another dating escapade of my life. I don't think it'll ever end. Just kidding, it will. First, let's finish this off. Cut. These strawberries right now are absolutely divine right now. The hell do I say divine? It's a new thing for me. Lucky you. Wait, can dogs have strawberries? Hey Siri, can dogs have strawberries? We're safe. Heart attack, huh? Almost had a heart attack.
This is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus. Why can't you do that in front of people?
Are you messing with me right now?
It's easier. I'm just gonna crush this up. Just, you know, add a little bit of a crunch, almost like a yogurt parfait with granola, but rice cake instead. I don't know if I'm gonna regret this or not. It's kind of looking like I might, but I need help. Okay, I'm just gonna clean this up, and I will see you in the car to talk about my wonderful almost dating story. Okay, off we go to the gym, and I will tell you my story. So this weekend I went to a wedding. I already mentioned that. It was amazing. On my way back to drop off my best friend at the airport, let me adjust this angle a little bit. Sorry guys. Hold on, let me pause. Okay, I think that's a little better. As I was mentioning, I was on my way to drop off my best friend at the airport, and we kind of took the longer route because, well, I thought it was going to be more scenic, but it kind of really wasn't. But we were on basically PCH, but kind of by Newport, and like between Newport and Laguna, I think, if I remember that correctly. So I was pulling out of a parking lot, and there's this guy that drove by pretty slow. Traffic was kind of heavy. He had his window down, and I noticed he was really cute, and I noticed him waving at me, and I was like, oh, me? So I looked at my best friend, and I was like, I think he just waved at me. So we had to go in that same direction, so I pull out, and we end up being right next to each other at a red light, and we started talking. She's like, hey, and it was really cute. He was, again, very handsome guy, so I was smitten, absolutely. And we just had like small talk. He asked me where I lived, and I said Pasadena. He's like, I think we can make that work. And then I was like, I think we can make that work too. I don't know. So we drive off a little bit, but then we ended up, you know, thank God at this point I thought, thank God, we ended up right next to each other again. And I thought he was asking me to pull over, right? But my best friend was telling me later on, he asked me for my number, because I ended up pulling over into this little, I think it was like a little gas station mart or something like that. And I look at him, and his friend was driving, and his friend wasn't turning, and I just go like this, and he's like, ah! So at that point I thought I lost him, but I was kind of hopeful, thinking that maybe his friend would turn around, but that wasn't happening. So at that moment I realized, like, you know what? I was like, he was so cute. This is such a cute story. I'm gonna make an effort. So drove down, maybe sped a little bit. Did I run a yellow/red light? Possibly. Not my proudest moment, but I did. And we ended up next to each other again. And the crazy part is when we ended up next to each other, there was no one in front of me, because we were at close to a light again, and nobody was behind me. So I was able to kind of stop in traffic, you know, without disrupting traffic. And yeah, I gave him my number, and I was excited about it. He looked like he'd be in his mid-30s, which I was like, that's perfect. So he texted me later on, asked me if I could FaceTime him. And I don't really like to FaceTime, but I've been trying to like break out of my comfort zone a little bit more. So I decided to FaceTime him. And that's when everything changed. First of all, he was still very handsome man, but only like freshly turned 26. And when I told him I was 31, he started the classic, oh, I really like mature women. And he even said, I'm sure when younger guys hit on you, they'll tell you they like mature women, but like, I actually mean it, which I thought was kind of weird, because if you're gonna say that, I don't know, it just is weird. But he starts talking about his life a little bit, and I told him, I was like, I'm sober, because he had asked if I ever wanted to go out for drinks, and I told him I was sober. And he's like, yeah, I don't really go out much, I don't drink much either. And then later on in the conversation, he's like, yeah, I was pretty hungover this morning. And I'm thinking, like, you just told me you don't go out much, but you were hungover this morning. But anyways, maybe, you know, whatever. He drank that night. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to judge you for drinking. But, and he started talking about how his drug of choice used to be like Coke, and that was mine too. And I told him, I was like, I don't do any of that anymore. I don't like to be around. He's like, yeah, I don't either. And, you know, especially with the fentanyl and everything going on. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, he's 26, but it sounds like maybe he has his shit together a little bit. But yeah, as the conversation went on, he suddenly goes, he's like, yeah, you know what, to be honest, I actually did have like a couple bumps of cocaine last night.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
So he was kind of contradicting himself a lot, but just a few red flags. But I don't want to judge people right away, because you never know. I thought maybe it was just a little slip up. When he continues talking, I ask him if he likes to read, because I like to read. And I'm always curious, you know, this is actually what a guy friend of mine told me. Ask a guy what the last book he has read. And I've used that now on every guy, because it's interesting to me. And it kind of tells you a lot about who a person is, from the book that they've read. And I asked him, he's like, oh, I don't really read. I'm very well spoken. I don't really need to read. That kind of gave me, I didn't like that. That's just like such a weird, arrogant thing to say. I'm very well spoken, so I don't need to read any books. Okay, dude. And then he was talking about he's just done so much growing, and he's just enlightened, and, you know, doesn't get upset easily, doesn't act out of emotion, which those are all great things. But a lot of times when you talk about that, I'm like, how true can it, or how accurate is it actually that you're doing that, or if you're just saying that to impress me? I don't know. And then he mentioned multiple times that he has no money, which I think is kind of odd to talk about finances on the first, like, FaceTime talk, I guess. I don't care. I mean, I do to an extent, because I'm not trying to be someone's sugar mama, right? I've done that before, where I paid a lot for a guy, and although I don't mind at some points, especially if we're in a serious committed relationship or something, if you need help, obviously I'm going to help you. But if you expect me to pay for everything all the time, like, I can't do it. I really can't. Sorry, I'm too, I guess, old-fashioned for that. So I just thought that was a little strange that he would say that. And then we started talking about working out. He surfs, and, you know, he said, I asked, such a cliche question. I asked him how much he benched. He's like, well, I don't really bench, but when I do, you know, I mean, I could do like probably 2 plates. I'm like, okay, I guess that's not like too bad, you know, whatever. But he's 6'1" and 180 pounds. I'm thinking, it's pretty skinny. Not to, you know, I'm not that picky on body types, but I like a man with a chest, okay? And I asked him, I was like, okay, I said, well, he told me he lost 30 pounds, and he used to be like super buff and whatever. And I was like, well, show me a picture now. Like, he's like, well, I'm trying to still lose a little bit more, because I just want to have like a 6-pack and be really lean. And I told him, I was like, well, I am a trainer. Like, if you need help, I can help you. To which he replied, oh, no, I don't need your help. I know everything. I already know everything about working out. That's legitimately what he said. How arrogant can a person be? And the conversation continued, because I thought maybe he's nervous. Maybe that's what it is. So I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, as the conversation went on, also, I didn't even tell you guys this part. When he called me or FaceTimed me, he was in his car, no problem. I guess he went to some lookout spot in Newport, but he was smoking a cigar in his car. I don't know if he was trying to portray this image. I don't know, but he said, yeah, you know, I'm just such an old soul. Like, I love smoking cigars. And then I asked him if he smoked cigarettes. I don't really like cigarettes. And he's like, well, I don't buy my own packs, but, you know, if I'm around, I'm for sure going to ask for one. I'm like, okay, well, that's not really me. But I still tried to be open-minded to the situation. He did ask me if I wanted to go to the beach with him on Saturday, and then we can grab drinks after. And I'm so confused, because I was like, I told you I don't drink. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Which was confusing to him. Like, you just told me you don't like to drink, but then you're gonna offer me to drink. I don't know, just was contradicting. So that is my failed dating story again, because it would have been such a cute story to meet somebody like that in traffic. And again, he was so handsome. Like, what a waste. You know, he did send me a picture of himself, though. But this is the kicker too. Obviously, I'm not going to share it. That's just, I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to air everyone's dirty laundry. But he sent me a photo of himself flexing with jeans on, his checkered boxers hanging out, with a country belt buckle, even though he told me on the phone he does not like country music. You sure dressed like a country boy with a little belt buckle and blue jeans. But you couldn't see his face in the picture, and I'll give him this, he had very nice arms. But the rest of his body, he was so skinny. And if you guys say that I'm body shaming, everybody has a type, so you can shut the fuck up with that. Sorry. That's just, I was not attracted to it, and it was just the weird, I showed the picture to my best friend, and she's like, who sends that? So I'm not the only one, because it was just a very creepy, odd picture that gave me the immediate ick. Hate saying that word, but it just was very cringy. So I am back again into the dating world, trying to find, just kidding, I'm not trying to find something. I'm just taking it day by day and letting things happen. I'm not like desperately out here looking, but I just thought it was such a bummer because that would have been such a cute story. And I told my best friend, obviously, the one that was in the car with me when she was like, hey, he's so cute. Told her everything that happened, and even she was like, God, it's such a shame. And she said, you know, I commend you for talking on FaceTime for him for so long, because I was on FaceTime with him for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah, that's the dating world these days, you know? It just... yeah. But, okay, well, with that, I'm going to leave you guys at that, and we are going to go to the gym now, and life goes on. I've already completed my warm-up mobility movements. You can see that in some of my other videos. But we're going to go straight into another warm-up set before my squats of abductions and adductions. These are a great superset to help strengthen the hip area, increase flexibility. Doing these two movements too is going to help you with injury prevention and any pain you have as well. As you can tell, I'm having a great time. With these, you want to make sure that you kind of pause at the top for a moment. That's where you're going to get the most out of the benefit with the abduction here. Now with the adduction, this is going to not only help you with kind of like the same thing as the adduction or abduction with injury prevention and helping increase flexibility and strengthen the hip area. You're also going to help aesthetically build those inner thighs, which who doesn't want thick thighs, right? And I didn't really count my reps here. I just kind of do it again just as a warm up. So I do it until start to feel that burn. Do about 2 to 5 more reps, and that's about it. And just to help open up those hips, it's going to help me with my squats as well. And I only did 2 sets of these before moving on to my squats. And let me tell you guys, because of the weekend I had, I have just been slacking on my protein intake, my carb intake, basically everything. And it definitely translated into today's workout. You'll see that I'm just not performing as well as I usually do, and my squats were feeling very weak today. So you see, sorry I had to, because this angle, I don't know, it just made me laugh. A little thirst trap for you guys. But I did a few warm-up sets, squats, and then I know this angle is a little weird, but I just wanted to show you guys a set of 205, which is usually very easy for me, but you can already tell right here I am struggling. So I only did a few reps and then just decided, you know what, today is not the day. And I re-racked it and decided that I'm just going to go ahead and go a little bit lower just to not injure myself. Sometimes my ego gets in the way, but not today. Yeah, so it was a struggle. Okay, here we are. Dropped it back down to 185, and I went ahead and did 5 sets. That's a lie. I did 4 sets of 5. So you can see this is moving a little bit better. I still didn't feel as great as I hoped with these, but we just kind of powered through these. What I will say is that we got some good depth here, so we can't complain there. But yeah, nonetheless, these still felt not as great as I'd hoped, but moving on. Got the leg press next here. For this one, I did 4 sets. Ooh, let's just notice that. The way I fell on them. Anyways, I did 4 sets of 12 here, and I did a little bit wider stands. Make sure when you're doing these that your butt stays intact with the seat the whole time. You don't want that butt lifting up. It's going to cause some back problems for you later on. It's just all around just bad. So I like to take my hands and kind of pull myself onto the seat, the bottom of the seat. You can also use the hand rolls, but I found that putting my hands on the bottom of the seat works best. And these didn't feel too bad. I think I actually should have pushed myself a little bit more, but I really, just because how everything else was going that morning, I really didn't want to overdo it to where I'm just dead the rest of the week for my workouts. So we kept it nice and light. I did add a superset, and I know this angle is kind of weird, I'm sorry guys, but just some machine sissy squats here. Make sure as you're coming up that you're pressing your calves into that bench to really squeeze and put emphasis on those quad muscles to feel that burn. And I did these just until failure, so until I couldn't do them anymore pretty much. Clearly, a lot of reps were done here. I think I should have maybe added some weight to make them a little bit more difficult, but here we are. I wanted to get some glute work in too, so I just did some machine hip thrusts just because the setup was easier, and this machine feels super smooth. It took me a while to get used to this machine just because when you're not doing a traditional hip thrust and you are using machines, the setup is going to be a little bit different, as well as the execution as far as the ending position goes. Because normally when you're on the ground, you want your knees, tracking right over your ankles and be a little bit more perpendicular. But this is the form that works for me with this machine. And I always make sure I squeeze in my glutes all the way from the bottom up. Pause at the top for just a moment to accentuate that burn. And I did 4 sets of 12 here. I couldn't get that thing unbuckled. Yep. Wanted to fire up my quads a little bit too. And you guys, for some reason, the leg extension is probably one of the hardest things for me. Considering I can squat a pretty decent amount, my leg extensions are weak as fuck. I'm just going to put that out there. You can tell that I only have it on like the 3rd one. And they were burning. With leg extensions, you want to make sure that you're stopping at the top. Squeeze those quads, really good for your knee health. And that concludes it, guys. All right, I survived, sort of. I ended with some cardio, so only 20 minutes in the Stairmaster with no hands, and I like to read while I do cardio. I can't talk. Helps me get through it. Yeah, so leg day, quick little pump. I was gonna say something else. Yeah, no, today was rough, but it's, when you get back from taking a break and changing your diet and not getting enough sleep, it's gonna be harder, but I just have to get back into it. So, it's my thing now, I guess. Thumbs up. Alrighty, I'm getting back home. I don't know why that sounded so weird. I just got back home. I need to make some food, but all I'm gonna do is make some chicken in the air fryer, and I think you guys saw earlier I had a little bit of that salad left. I got that yesterday at a place, and I'll just make a simple like olive oil dressing, and that's gonna be my post-workout. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on the carbs today just because I just feel so heavy from my weekend, so I'm just gonna cut back a little bit to make myself feel better. And then I'm gonna meet up with my friend Gilbert, and that's gonna be my Monday. And I have to make some content for my Instagram, so I have to work on a couple reels, maybe a post, and then I'll start editing this current YouTube. So again, I'm so sorry that it took me so long to make a video. I really, truly love to do at least once a week. But my week was just a little bit busy, and I really, for moments for like weddings and things like that, and I hadn't seen my best friends in a long time, I want to be present. I don't want to be on my phone the whole time or constantly think, oh, this is content, this would be good for content, which I had my moments when I was there, but I had to check myself and was able to enjoy my time a little bit more. But we are back to our regular scheduled material. So obviously this is the video you'll have. I'm gonna try to make the dating one too, the longer story. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. And if you guys are interested in online coaching, I'm still accepting clients too. There's a link in my bio and on the bottom of the description as well. If you mention that you saw me on YouTube, you'll get a little bit of a discount. So take advantage of that because I don't do that very often. And I think that's all. Yes, that is all. Thank you, as always, for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Help me out. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers because I will treat myself to a nicer camera so the quality of these videos will be much, much better. And that's it. Yes. The most awkward outro I think I've done in a while, but I need to go. This is getting weirder. Bye, guys.